Good afternoon. My name's Renuka Bajpai, and today I'll be reporting in Carmel, Indiana with local residents. Today I'll be speaking to a couple local residents. Here I have one local resident with me. Hello, how are you?
Well, I've been better, but I'm doing just fine. Yeah.
May I ask, can you state your first and last name, please?
Steve Rice.
Mr. Steve Rice, can you explain to me what happened on April 2nd at this location?
Well, I think it's been confirmed now that we were hit by an F1 tornado.
And how did you hear about the damage that was done to the business?
My wife and I were in our home in the basement and watching the news, and we have an alarm monitoring system. And I started to get notices of sensors that were detecting motion that in areas where they should not detect motion because it was 9:30 at night. And I had a sinking feeling in my stomach that we may have been hit by the storm.
And how long have you been a resident in Carmel?
Well, Rytron was founded in 1977, and we were in Carmel. We've moved from a number of facilities as we've grown. We've been in this building since 1985, so we'll celebrate our 50th anniversary in 2027.
Well, I hope your 50th anniversary goes out with a big bang. How long have you been in charge of this family business? I know that you were telling me that it was started with your dad and now it's with you. What are your plans for the family business, and what do you think will change after the destruction that has happened to Rytron?
Okay. Well, as I said, my dad he started the business. He was a serial entrepreneur and a Purdue electrical engineer, and started Rytron in 1977. We have, what was your other question? I forgot. Related to that.
What do you think will change in terms of after the tornado with the family business? Do you see anything changing?
We plan right now. We have just got out of a conference call, and repairs are being done, or prepared to be done now. We plan to be back into a production mode of shipping product again on April 14th. So we'll only have been down about 6 or 8 days. It's a real testament to the team, the people that I have working here. That's our objective, and I think that we'll come very close to beating that. As far as change, I think we're going to get a whole bunch of new offices, and we plan to do that. Now the time frame just moved up a little bit more that we get to experience that. But it'll probably take 6 to 9 months, is what I'm being told, to actually be able to then occupy that space again. Fortunately, manufacturing was unharmed. So
okay, that's a plus.
we're going to partially occupy the building until then, and then have remote work, trailers in the parking lot probably for that time.
And what kind of what kind of business does it conduct, and what exactly do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, we design and manufacture wireless communication products. Their two-way radio equipment is probably the most general term. And we talk to all types of customers. We sell to dealers who go to schools, manufacturing environments. We sell to all the major railroads. We make product that is used in retail outlets to help associates help customers by pushing a little wireless call button. So we have a pretty diverse product.
And would you have ever expected a tornado, like EF1 tornado, to happen in Carmel?
Yeah, that's a thing that I've thought about a little bit. These kinds of things, we grow up observing them.
Yeah.
But they never really touch you, or at least my experience has been, it's never really touched me. You are empathetic towards the people that it does affect, but it doesn't really touch you. And this time was stark reality of no, sometimes it does.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Can you state your first and last name?
Yes, my name is Eric Harmon.
Can you tell me what you witnessed on April 2nd, Wednesday night?
Yeah, so I live in the Carmel Woods apartment building on the 3rd floor. So I was actually playing some video games. I look out the window. I see a big flash of lightning. I look over and I see like a funnel cloud. It looked like a long, like a snake-looking cloud coming down from the sky. And so I grab my family and we go down to the bottom floor. And shortly after that, we hear the tornado siren. Maybe like 2 minutes later, we hear the tornado siren go off. So we all go down to the bottom basement. And we just stayed in this storm shelter there.
Do you feel like you knew safety protocol when a tornado comes? Did you feel like you felt safe enough protecting your family that night?
Well, I was a little unsettled that it came here to this area of Carmel. I wasn't really expecting that, but I was watching the news. I noticed that there was other tornadoes in Arkansas, a couple tornadoes in Illinois. So I kind of saw it coming this way. So me personally, I was prepared for it. But other people may not have been prepared for it. I see that there's a lot of damage in the local community. So you know, it's definitely devastating for those that are affected. But we're happy that nobody was harmed.
After coming out of shelter, going on to the next day, looking at all the damage and debris that's been done in Carmel, your hometown, how do you feel?
Well, a little shocked. Also a little bit of sense of relief, you know, like I said, nobody was harmed, so that's good. But at the same time, you know, Mother Nature's pretty scary, so it could happen anywhere.
And what would you say to someone that is dealing with a tornado warning or watch? What would you say to them to keep themselves safe or their family safe?
Yeah, I would say, you know, it's always best to not to be scared, but to be prepared. You know what you got to do and get to your safe spot to protect your family, because safety's got to come first.
Right now, we're currently at a house in downtown Carmel on Main Street, right across from Aura. You can come inside with me and I'll show you what we see from the destruction. So as you walk in, I'm going to watch your step. Everything seems to be rotting, and honestly, it seems like probably mold is going to start building up. The windows are completely shattered. Be careful of the glass. Everything you see here, from the wood and the glass and everything, even the shade from the window, seems to be broken and completely demolished. I can see that whoever lived in this residence, their pictures, their furniture has all been taken out. This seems to be just a coat closet, and I mean, nothing seems to be too bad, but I don't know. I feel like this top has been gone. This definitely was broken up. Flooring here is missing. We go into this room. I'm not sure if this seems to be a bedroom. The ceiling is definitely ripped apart. There's no foundation on the top. Just wood pieces everywhere, glasses everywhere. They seem to have removed everything that they could and just left a couple of hangers in here. So they definitely did seem like in a rush to leave. And here's the bathroom. There's definitely a lot of damage that's done to the bathroom. Glasses everywhere, tile floor is broken, window is completely gone. This seems to be fine, and nothing touched the toilet or other appliances in the bathroom. But here seems to be like a little office workroom, and like I said, windows are completely gone. And this was definitely a light that was up here, as you can see. That is completely fallen apart. Definitely there was water leakage, and they do not have really a great ceiling or foundation or roof, so the floor actually is pretty damp. It's pretty wet. This seems to be more like a formal living room ideal. I mean, this was definitely wallpaper. It is ripped apart. It is gone. The wall is definitely gone because all of this should have been over here. I could just see pieces of cloth has just been flown in. A bunch of different things have been flown in. The fan is intact, but the light bulb is not supposed to be crooked. And then this seems to be the kitchen. So nothing was touched here, which I'm guessing they put all their nice chinas and plates in. Everything that's up here on this whole roof and ceiling is damaged, and we can definitely see there's some water damage, there's some leakage in that room. And I honestly think the tornado just went woof right here, and this dropped, surprisingly cracked, but completely destroyed. So this seems to be like a very damaged home that is probably gonna have to be taken out, like fully, like build a whole new place, because with the amount of damage with water leakage, no foundation, molding, the crown of the house is gone, windows are broken, they're probably just gonna have to scrap this whole home away. There's also a basement that I found, so let's go look into the basement. Seems like this just went outside, honestly, to their outdoor area. I'm just gonna walk through it and see. Seems like they had a lot of animals down here, like dogs and cats. You can see that they left behind stuffed flamingo, a stuffed lamb, and a bunch of different toys left for their pets. Also, you can see before we entered from the basement, if you come up here, they have a pet closet with full of pet food, pet supplies, and pet medicine. Dog toys, kitty toys was all in this closet that once was their home. And they left nothing behind. So this is what a destruction could happen with the EF1 tornado right here in Carmel, Indiana, which we've never experienced before, so you can never be too careful. And when you see a tornado warning, take cover and be safe. We just entered this house. It's on Main Street, and to be honest, this is not even a door. This is just a window, a really long window, and we just came in from here. The door really is this way, and this is a newly renovated, brand new home that has been completely destructed from an EF1 tornado. So you can come in and we'll show you. It is truly devastating what has happened in Carmel, Indiana this week. My heart goes out to all the pets, friends, and families that have dealt with issues like this house itself or being blown away by the storm. May you be safe, may you be healthy, take care of your loved ones, and reach out to a neighbor. This is Renuka Bajpai. Thank you so much.